I'm ready.
All right, so Jason Consalvo and Rob apparently.
What's up,
Welcome to
man?
the show. Rob, good to
Yep.
have you here for the first time.
Thank you.
So talk about you guys wrestling at States for the first time.
All right. So states. It was like it was a really good experience. Like I had fun with like all my teammates and everything. And then like actually being down wrestling, like it just felt surreal, and it felt like all my hard work paid off.
You remember the
Like I
matches?
never,
No, I went 0-2, but I like both matches were close, and like it's like a learning experience.
Rob, you could. What about you?
I lost. So my freshman year, I got fourth place at City. So I wasn't really that good my freshman year. But this year, unfortunately, lost in the City finals. I was wrestling a kid from Eagle Academy, and it was a good match. But like the last 5 seconds, he managed to get a reversal on me for the win.
So now
So
you're
that was
both.
pretty.
So now you're both coming back next year. What do you think is going
Yeah.
to change?
So we're both winning sectional titles for sure, and then it's just a matter of how many wins can we rack up at state.
All right, so Jason, you've been to Freestyle and Greco States before. Rob, I'm not too sure
Yeah.
if you have. So talk about the difference between all three styles.
So Rob hasn't been to freestyle Greco states. I was last year. I went to only freestyle states because I had like soccer the day after. But I've been practicing freestyle and Greco. I feel like there's a big difference in how you use your stamina in freestyle and then how you use it in folk style, because in folk style, like if you're on top, you're in a dominant position. Like you could kind of just like hang heavy and like catch your breath. In freestyle, it's constant movement. It's like you're constantly wrestling. So I feel like it's like there's different challenges that comes with it when like it comes to like oh, like now I'm gonna have to like control my breathing a little bit more. Like I can't really take a break right now. But like the 30-second break we do get in between periods does help a lot.
So you're saying that freestyle you constantly wrestle, but folk style you don't? It's kind of what you're saying.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah.
Sure about that?
I'm like it's in a way where like if I'm up in freestyle, I can't really like you can't really stall in freestyle because you'll get passivity and you'll get put on the shot clock. But like in folk style, you could kind of stall more to catch your breath. Like if you're in neutral, you could push away, you could circle hand fight. In freestyle, you can't really do that. You'll get put on the shot clock and like potentially give the other person a point. And like since there's no top bottom in freestyle, like you can't like sit on bottom if you're up by two, or like you can't just like sit in. You're it's like constant movement.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking more of like after you take somebody down and score, you get in parterre, and then they can't do anything. They can't get up, and you have like 10 seconds to turn. I was thinking like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you guys noticed, but your phone is like sideways. Like,
Is that a problem? Should I turn it?
yeah, like your heads are facing that way. Like, it's like you guys are like this. There we go, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and then you can't see Rob. Oh, okay. Yeah, now you're good.
Yeah.
So, now speaking of that, talk about like the new rules.
So like I was talking to our coach Ola, and he did say that those rules are only for Pennsylvania. So like, in a sense, like I'm kind of like relieved because like I really don't like the 3 point takedown rule, because it's like I'm a very like I perfected like bottom wrestling, and I like wrestling off the bottom. So if I get a reversal and no back points, I'm still down 3-2. So then, like, yes, it forces me to work, but also like it's not a tied match to where like to where it's anybody's game. So that's like my view on a 3 point takedown. Yeah.
I'm the complete opposite, to be honest. I think I'm better on my feet. I'm always going neutral. I'm always going for those takedowns. So I kind of hope that New York would get that rule too. It's just more points for me, 3 points to takedown. I don't know. I always get into like I mostly get into singles and I do throws a lot, so I think that would help me a lot. Because in bottom, I don't really go for reversals like that. I mostly just try to escape and work my way out of bad situations. So I don't know. I hope that it comes to New York eventually.
I think it might, regardless of like how
Yeah,
anyone feels. I think it might. Because remember, we were the only state that had 99 pounds for a long time, and then they changed that,
they
changed
did
all the
change.
weight classes. Yeah.
Yeah, so the next rule they're trying to implement is 4 point swipes, like four for back points.
So like one,
So
two, three, four, you get 4 point like college.
yeah, so like two swipes is 2 points, and then three swipes is three, four is four. Me personally, I really like that rule because I'm always like it forces everybody to work on top. Like let's just say you are down, like let's just say you're up and you're on top. There's more like chance for a higher amount of points. So it's more high risk, high reward now, which I do like because I feel like in order to be successful in the sport, you have to take risks. So like in order for high reward, you should be wanting to take that high risk to get those four back points that you want.
Tech falls are gonna happen so much quicker now. Though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
tech fold are gonna happen way quicker.
You're gonna definitely see who's like newer, who's like in the medium level, who's really good. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And then the third rule was only 1 point, like 1 point of contact inside the mat, it counts as inbounds. So like all contact needs to be out of bounds for the rest called out of bounds. Me personally, I really like that
Yeah,
rule.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, because it forces everybody to keep wrestling and it doesn't let kids like scoot out. Like if they're on their back and then they're trying to scoot out so the ref can call it out of bounds, there's you can't do that no more. And I'm like I'm happy with that.
Yeah, because that's the college rule. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, another reason you probably like it is because you're freaking taller than everybody. So
Yeah. So like I could have like I have long limbs, so like I could have like one foot in and then be pinning some kid or like getting back points.
yeah, I remember that double leg you hit at Cities. Like your whole body was covering like 3/4 of the
Yeah.
mat, and just, like it's not fair.
Yeah.
Could literally be turning somebody and have your body stretch all the way out, and you can do what you want with them, and then you can.
Yeah.
That's not fair. It's not fair. So, but there's one more rule I heard about at Cities from one of your teammates. He said that the weigh-in rule got changed. So, like when I was in high school, you used to be able to like weigh in early in the morning, and as long as you weren't like 2/10 over,
Yes.
weigh in
Honor
again.
weigh-in.
Yeah,
Honor weigh-ins.
yeah. One of your teammates
So
said they took that away.
Yeah, I
yeah,
miss
they
those.
I really miss honor weigh-ins because like you're lightest in the morning. Like everybody knows you're lightest in the morning because you're just waking up and all that. Like your weight is coming off
I don't
while
know
you
about
sleep.
that.
Well, I mean that's just how like my body works. Yeah. So um and like they took it like I miss like going to like my coach's room or whatever, weighing in and then getting my 3 pounds because then I could like drink some water, have like a little bit for lunch, and then right before the match I could have like an apple or whatever, some type of fruit. But like now you can't do that, so like I have to make it like flat weight,
Yeah.
like at like what 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it used to be really easy just walking into school first period. You just go to your coach's office, you get yourself weighed in, and then you're pretty much good throughout the day. Just gotta watch yourself. But now it's like you wake up hungry, dehydrated, and you gotta wait until your match starts, till it ends, pretty much.
Yeah. One time I missed it though.
really.
Yeah, so I couldn't eat all day.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah,
the
I
I
couldn't.
only I only missed weight once. It was my freshman year for Springfield Gardens tournament.
The egg rolls.
Yeah, so the night before I was like 3-4 pounds under, and I decided to eat Chinese food, which is very high in sodium, which is not good. It was not good, and I ended up being like 2-3 pounds overweight the next day. So I wrestled up 38. I wrestled 132 that year, my freshman year. So I had to wrestle up to 138. I ended up going 4-1, but it was still like I could have won that tournament at 132.
Yeah, and you're skinny too. You don't have any weight to lose, so
Yeah.
dang that's not good. How about the pound allowance? Is that still a thing?
The Christmas weight.
Yeah, the Christmas.
Christmas weight is still a thing. I love Christmas weight.
Yeah, for Thanksgiving too, right?
No, we only get 2 pounds for Christmas. Christmas weight is like it's like what I wait for. It's like my Christmas present
You know,
because
and
like
keep continuing.
Christmas weight, it's like I know I like this year I wrestled 45. So like this year, like I knew I could make 45 constantly. Like I was constantly like weighing in at like 144 flat, like 143.8. And then like as soon as Christmas weight hit, I was like, oh, like a little I get to breathe a little bit because it's like now I could go up to 147. So like my meals became like a little bit larger. I started drinking a little bit more water so I could be more healthy throughout the season.
You know, I actually never had a problem with it for some
Really, you
reason.
never
Yeah, I would just eat whatever I wanted on Christmas, and then never problem making weight. I don't know why.
lucky man.
So, the next question here. I heard the way you were pronouncing that word
The
without the
states?
yes, you were saying it wrong.
Oh,
You
really?
said state a few times.
Oh, like the way like when I pronounce like the word state is when like you say like, oh, I'm going to state, like I'm gonna be all state, like that's the way I think about it. But I
Yeah,
think like I get like mixed up. Yeah.
yeah, that's like one of the biggest arguments in wrestling. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
I never even noticed that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
Because
what I said. I think I
it
said
just
things.
comes out.
yeah. Some people say states. People say states. You know, like Yanni was like, if you say state without the s at the end, we can't be friends.
I guess
Speak,
me and Yanni can't be friends.
speaking of freestyle states, though, talk about that spicy burger story. Brandon Munoz told me
Oh,
about it.
oh my gosh.
I don't know if you
So
saw the episode, but
yeah, it was. Whew. All right, so it was the day of wrestling, and like we finished our wrestling, whatever. All my teammates, and we saw this place called Fat Patty's. So we were like, all right. So we go there. It's me, Coach Ola, my dad, my teammate Marco, his dad, my teammates Brandon, Aldo, and Anthony Sanfilippo. We all go, and I see this Diablo burger. And I'm really big on spice, so I'm like, all right, let me try it. Let me tell you, it was the spiciest burger I had in my life. They seasoned the whole burger with like their spiciest seasonings. Like even the patty was red. It was insane. And then like it wasn't just the burger that made like the whole experience being there like funny. Like my friend, like the burgers were like this big. It was stacked.
Was it good?
It was really good. Burgers
Okay.
burgers were amazing, but they were stacked like this high.
was it mostly like the bun, or was it the patty that was big?
No, there was like a bunch of patties.
How
It
many
was
of them?
like three, four, and then like all the toppings they put on it. And then actually, my friend Aldo, my teammate Aldo, he wrestled 190 for us. He had a different type of burger. I forgot which burger he had, but he ended up throwing up in the restaurant because he had so much food. Like he went to the bathroom and threw up because it was too much for him.
That is only out there.
Yeah, it was a good experience. But let me tell you, my tongue was messed. It was so burnt. Like I could like that night, like we went out. Like there was a park right across from our hotel, so we hung out there. And there was also a McDonald's like further down the road. my tongue was still burning that night. I had to go get a McFlurry so that way my tongue could feel better.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Actually, I told Brandon this on that episode. I have a similar story. So at Freestyle States, my sophomore year, one of the Eagle kids said, I'll give somebody $40 if they can eat this whole spoon of wasabi. So I decided to go. He gives me the spoon. I'm in front of everybody. Even the coaches are like recording it and stuff. And then I ate like half of it. And then, you remember Brandon Nunez?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so he gives me water instead of ice cream. I drink the water, and that made it 10 times worse.
Oh.
Yeah, I couldn't eat anything after that.
Do you like wasabi?
I like it, yeah, but I shouldn't have done
That
that.
must be terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was bad. But at least you guys were done wrestling when you had that burger, though.
Yeah, we were done wrestling. Everything was so like it was a good way to go out.
You gonna get it again this year?
Yeah, we're getting it again this year.
Yeah. I unfortunately can't go to Freestyle States. I was planning on it. I was excited for it the whole year, but about a week and a half ago, I fractured my ankle, so I'm out for like another month and a half. About
Yeah, he's in a
yeah,
boot.
I'm in a boot right
He's
now.
in a boot right now.
Playing soccer, probably, right?
No, actually, it's a funny story. I was actually in gym class playing gym volleyball, and I know a kid. I was blocking the ball, and a kid in front of me stepped too far, and I landed on his foot. Yeah, and my ankle literally hit the floor. I thought I broke it. I was on the gym floor for like an hour. I had to get wheeled out of school. I had to go to the hospital and
Yeah, so
everything.
like his foot is coming down like this, and then his ankle just goes.
Yeah, I thought I broke it. Thank God. If I broke it, I would have been messed up for wrestling and soccer. They said if I broke it, I wouldn't be able to play soccer till October. And my season starts in August.
Dang. Did the kid, like, apologize or something?
Yeah, no. It wasn't like like he's like a really nice kid. Like everyone loves him. He didn't do it on purpose. Yeah,
Freak act. I didn't expect that to happen in volleyball. Wow.
yeah.
I
No,
thought that was like a safe sport.
it's a shame that like 'cause I was looking forward to it, but thing
And
stuff happened.
the sad part is like some public high schools, their athletes don't take a gym class because they're in a sport, so they just get their gym credit.
Right.
But Patrides isn't like that, and like kids like Rob are suffering from it. Like a day before Rob got injured, a basketball player on our team like broke his leg in gym class. Like his knee is shattered.
Doing what?
He was playing basketball. Yeah, David.
And Marco too, but no, Marco didn't hurt it in gym classes. Marco's also missing states this year. He broke his toe, unfortunately.
Yeah, our teammate Marco, he wrestled 38 for us. He he broke his pinky toe.
How did he break his pinky toe?
So he was at his uncle's house, and so me and Marco, it's like a small world. Marco's first cousin also plays on my travel soccer team. So he told me this. Marco went to go drop kick his uncle. Instead of hitting his uncle, his toe hit the couch, and his pinky toe was like, eh.
Yeah, we saw a picture of the X-ray.
We saw the X-ray. His pinky toe was like off.
It's like half of his pinky toe was just not.
It was just hanging there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure out why he would drop kick his uncle.
Yeah, I know. Like I had like I have a super reason, but nothing beats Marco's reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy. But wow, like I never heard of that being a rule though, because I always had gym class in high school. That was never a thing that was brought up. All the athletes went to gym class.
I think Tonneville has that rule.
Tonneville has it to
Yeah.
where like, and then like me and like Rob and then Lorenzo, we tried getting that in our school, but like we would substitute it for like a weight training period where we could go in the weight room and then lift instead of going to gym class. But like kids in our school, they're like a bunch of slack offs. So like they just do nothing. So like the athletes, like even some of the like the not serious athletes, they wouldn't take that seriously, like as serious as we do. So like that's like why we can't have those periods. And it kind of sucks for it sucks for the kids that do care.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, gym class in our school is like really fun. We do what is it, 3 sports a semester. Like first we did frisbee, then we did hockey, and now we're on volleyball. Like we do like their actual games, and we have championships. Like it's really fun, but
yeah, we have like a big trophy.
We got a huge trophy, 3-foot trophy. It's just unfortunate that the athletes of our school get hurt from little reasons like this.
That's crazy. Yeah. Now, were you guys looking for that like period to not get hurt? Because you get hurt in the weight room too. I mean,
that is true.
Yeah, but like also like we would have like more people. Like we would have like yes, you can get hurt in the weight room, but also we have like a set paper on like what we're doing. Like let's just say like Monday, it would be like sets of like 3 sets of 5-3-1 bench and squat, and then we would do like auxiliaries. So like it's not just like go in the weight room like mess around with the weights. It's go in the weight room and you have to complete your sheet for the day.
Like there's always coaches there, even if it could be football coach, it could be track coach. Like there's always coaches there making sure like if we're in there, we're not messing around and actually working out, which is good.
Yeah, because like weights are like it's like a really serious thing. Like over the spring last year, a kid almost dropped a 45 plate on his toe. And like that kid got kicked out of the weight room like for like a week because he wanted to mess around.
okay, he was messing around. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, kept messing around.
Yeah.
But I'll let you guys know though. I've seen people my age and older than me messing around. So
Yeah.
I don't think it has anything to do with age really. I saw some
Yeah.
kid I saw a kid skinnier than you guys, but the same height. He was trying to curl at 35. I had to take that away from him. Like, no, we're not doing that. Too small. If I can't do it looking like the way I look, then there's no way he was doing that.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, though, I want to talk about that weight room because I've been in there a bunch, and that weight room is better than the weight room I'm paying to freaking lift in. Because like when you get to college, you got to pay for everything. So, right,
Yeah.
like you guys get that for free.
Like the Patrides weight room. So actually, that room used to be like a conference room / oak period, and like Patrides we call it oak period. It's basically like if upperclassmen didn't have a class, they could go in there. There was vending machines there, and like you could just like chill, study, do your homework, whatever. And like it was just like a nice spot to just like on your free period instead of leaving school or like walking around, go in there, hang out. But the like some students like a couple of years back they like trashed the whole place, so then we turned it into our weight room. That was actually like the best thing ever because now our weight room is double in size and like there's so much more.
Yeah, now we got the football coaches organized a protein like a protein bar and like a smoothie bar there, so like we can go buy smoothies there. It just got repainted. It looks thick. It looks really cool right now. The whole place got repainted. Yeah, it's really cool.
Or like in me and Lorenzo's case, me and Lorenzo, we brought our own stuff. We went into the smoothie bar and we made our own smoothies. So
Did she have to pay for it though?
no, we didn't have to pay for anything because we brought our protein powder. And like we're trusted by the football coach. Like he trusts us because like we're just
isn't
good.
Ola one of them though? Isn't he one of the football coaches?
Yeah. Ola's the head coach.
He's the head coach, but he doesn't really run that side of the football team. It's more one of the assistant coaches, Dennis Richardson.
Yeah.
He sort of runs that.
Great guy.
Yeah, he's a really great guy. Like we all love him. He all loves us. Like and like the kids that he trusts, he lets them go in there and make their own smoothies. Like as long as you bring your own stuff and you're not like stealing and you're not using like their stuff, then he's totally fine by it. So like we would go in there, make our own smoothie, and we'd have it for like a couple periods.
So that's how Lorenzo got so big.
Yeah.
Big,
He got big, yeah.
big. Dang. And another thing about that weight room though, the view. So like that big window that's like right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's a
like
whole
the big
campus.
window, and you see like the whole like front of the campus. We call it the quad. We see like you see like the whole quad, and you see like kids like sometimes see kids running around everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw the turkeys running around, but
Yeah,
Turkey
turkeys running around.
deers. We got deers running there too sometimes.
Yeah,
deer. You got
Yeah,
deer
we got
running
we
there?
got deer.
because we got like a whole. It's like the woods right behind our school, so we
Oh
got deers
yeah,
running around
yeah.
our school sometimes.
Wow.
There was one time I got chased by a turkey.
You got
I
chased
was
by
in
one?
it was my freshman year. I see the turkey, and I was like gobbling at it. I was like, "Bow, bow, 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 bow." And he started chasing me around the campus like 8 in the morning.
Started chasing you.
Yeah,
Couldn't fight the
I guess
turkey back.
no, it looked like a bad man.
You scared of a bird. You eat turkey and then you're scared.
Yeah,
One time I was heading over to Petrides and I saw a turkey. I kept trying to chase it, but I couldn't run fast enough to catch it.
yeah. Those turkeys, they got some speed on them. They got some wheels.
No, I could have caught it. If I didn't have my
Yeah.
bag on, I would have caught it. Actually, I don't know how often you're at CSI, but sometimes we're over there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my older brother John, he goes to CSI for college. So like I'm always like driving in there. And I was actually just at a college fair there a couple of days ago, like a week ago. So like
Okay.
I was up.
they're everywhere. So
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Every neighborhood you go, every town you go, they're there.
yeah, they're walking
Always
across the street like they're humans and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I saw a couple sitting in a tree by the hospital.
That's where it's the worst. The
Yes, it's the
hospital,
worst. They sit
like
in
South
trees.
Beach, that's where it's the worst.
A bunch of them. They'll and like when they cross the street, they're like they'll take their time.
no one
Yeah.
runs them over.
Nah.
So, something else I want to ask about Freestyle States and Greco. If you wrestle Greco this year, what is your plan for it this time?
So obviously you always want to build off of your last stint there. So I ended up going 1-2 there. Didn't have a successful time there. I'm not wrestling Greco because I have soccer the next day, but I am wrestling freestyle. And my plan is to, get a couple wins, get some nice work in, and I'm just, like getting a medal. Like that's my biggest goal right now until like my goal right now is to get a medal, and then as I go through the tournament, my goals will change. Like let's just say like I win like 2 straight matches. All right, now we're going in. Now we're going into like the quarterfinals. All right, now our goal is to at least place third. And then let's just say we win the semifinals. We're in the finals. All right, now my goal is to win. And then like it's a bunch of short term goals that are always changing. That's the way like I see it.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be like before I got my injury, I was actually really confident in myself for Greco States. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm that good at freestyle, but I'm a thrower and I practice with Marco a lot. Marco teach me a lot how to throw. But I don't know. Throughout the whole entire season, I was like, I can't wait for Greco States. You can like all my teammates.
Yeah, he wouldn't shut up.
Yeah, I wouldn't shut up about it. I just couldn't wait for it. I don't know. I always go for headlocks, lap throws, stuff like that, arm throws. It's my favorite things to do, my favorite moves. I think, in my opinion, it's like the coolest thing you can do in wrestling. And I'm pretty good at it too, but fortunately, my injury, it's not going to happen this year.
So, how about double
Yeah.
legs though? How do you guys feel about that?
I'm more of like a sweep single ankle pick type of guy,
Yeah.
but
You're
like
tall.
if I can yeah if I can get to a double if I can get to a double, I'm lifting and I'm running it.
I just started to do a lot of duck unders to a double. That's been working a lot, like really good for me recently. So I'm gonna start working that more next year. See how it takes me. I don't know. I've been starting to do a lot of duck unders lately. Works
Yeah,
really good for me.
you're kind of
Yeah.
tall. How are you doing duck numbers?
Yeah, I know. Uh, at my freshman sophomore tournament, I'm pretty sure every single match I wrestled at 5 matches, I hit at least 3 of them, or 2 or 3 of them in each match.
Oh,
I mean, what he likes to do, he doesn't notice it, but he likes to like misdirection duck under. So he'll pull on the tricep and then lift it. Like he'll go like different ways with it.
ah, it's kind of hard to do, but yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
So now, Northeast Regionals, have you heard about that?
I've heard of it before.
Is that a
Yes,
possibility if States doesn't go your way?
Um, after states, my main focus is gonna be soccer. So like if I see if I have a large portion of like time off of soccer, then maybe it's gonna be like in my mind. But like right now, I don't really see Northeast regionals like
Hold on.
right.
When is Northeast? Because when I was in high school, it would be Northeast first and then States. So maybe I'm,
Oh really?
yeah, so I don't know how it
Because
is now.
I don't know. Like I'm not really sure when it is. All I know that states is next weekend.
Right. You don't know if Northeast happened yet?
I don't think it did because it wasn't on flow.
They probably changed it. Okay. All right,
Yeah,
yeah. So you're saying like maybe if your schedule works out, then maybe you might go.
yeah, yeah,
You think it might be harder? Because usually it's in PA. Usually the higher level
yeah.
guys go.
It's definitely going to be harder. Yeah, for sure.
So now talk about playing 2 sports at once, because most people wouldn't want to have a wrestling tournament and then
Yeah,
go play soccer. Right.
that like what you just said is what actually happened last year. I went to Freestyle State qualifier, and then right after that, I had a soccer game, and like last year, I played on 3 different travel soccer teams. I played on a 2017, which was like my age. Then I played on a 2016, which is a year older. And then I actually played on a 2005 team, which was like a year up. So like sometimes I would have to play like 3 games in a day, and then like the next day have to wake up, play like 2 games, and then the next day wake up, go to wrestling practice. Like it gets harder sometimes, but like knowing what you get out of it, it's always worth it.
Granted,
Yeah.
though, soccer is easier than wrestling because I've watched plenty
Yeah.
of soccer games. Like you get to chill, you get to pass the ball and like take a break and stuff.
Mhm.
Wrestling, it's just you out there. So I
Yeah.
bet
Yeah.
you're probably glad to play soccer after.
Yeah, I'm really glad that I like took up wrestling as like young as I did, because wrestling really got like my stamina up for soccer. And also wrestling, like when you're in your stance, you're not on your heels and you're always on your toes. So like now like when I'm playing soccer, like you would never, like if you videoed my feet during a game, you would never see my heels hit the ground.
Really?
Yeah.
You never got hurt?
Nah.
Oh, because you're wearing cleats. I imagine it would like feel
Yeah.
way different. Oh,
No, it doesn't really feel that different because like the way my cleats are kind of high to where like I have like a little bit of ankle support around, like it goes over my ankle, and then like yeah.
Yeah. Like at the end of the day, like I love wrestling. Like it's one of my favorite sports, but I'm truly like a soccer player. Like that's my main focus in high school. I'm gonna try to go to college for soccer. But it used to be I didn't play travel this winter because I thought maybe I could take a little break, but I tried out for the Staten Island team, and they told me that I made the team, but they told me that I'm gonna have to like. They said I could wrestle, but they told me I can't go to the wrestling practices. They said I can only go to like one wrestling practice a week, so I can make it to all their other practices. But I'm like, I'm gonna take a break like for this winter. I'm gonna focus on wrestling just so I can get better. Because last year, like last year in wrestling, I was really bad. I was terrible. I was terrible. Like I think me taking a break from soccer for the winter helped me a lot. A lot helped me with wrestling. But like I'm still looking for improvement, of course. But now I'm like taking a break from wrestling a little bit, focusing back on soccer. You get like working on my feet again, like doing what I do best.
right. So now, matter of fact, you mentioned the 2005 teams, 2006 team, 2007 team. So I guess you were born in like 2007, I guess?
Yeah, I was born in 2007.
Man, because I remember 2007.
How old were you in 2007?
7. Yeah. Dang. The cartoons you guys had sucked.
Yeah,
Cartoons you
they were
guys
pretty.
have now probably suck. Yeah.
Oh, they're terrible.
Yeah. Have you gone back and watched the older ones? Like,
Yeah, I would always like go back like either on like YouTube, watch like little skits, or like if I'm like flipping through the TV, I'll see it, and I'll be like, oh, watch for 10 minutes, reminisce about like older times.
oh man. So you don't
Yeah,
remember you don't remember when Chowder came out and stuff like that?
no, not really.
Wow.
Yeah.
I used to spend a lot of time in front of the TV when I was younger. Like Saturday morning, like right now, I'd be watching cartoons.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. The TV changed so much.
It changed a lot. It's like what they present now versus what they presented like years ago. It's so different, and like it's different for the worse because it's like you're not educating kids.
Not, not at all.
Like the shows that we watched, like you would like have fun watching them, you'd laugh, whatever, but also like you're learning.
Right.
Some of
Even
these
if
shows don't even have voices.
don't have
There there was
voices.
a there was a show I remember that I watched. Nobody talked. It was just music and people and like cartoons moving.
What channel is this?
I think like Nick Jr. or whatever, one of those channels.
Wow.
It was bad. I was babysitting and I was like, get this off the TV.
I remember I used to like watch like SpongeBob growing up and stuff.
Yeah, SpongeBob was really big in my house.
And nowadays, like they'll show the older episodes at night because you can't show kids those old episodes anymore, apparently.
Yeah. So
Like the one where he like had his arms all buffed up and stuff.
yeah.
The way Squidward would just say like "I hate you" and stuff like that. Crazy.
Yeah.
So now, speaking of growing up though, college isn't too far away. I know you got another year at high school, but this is usually around the time when you start thinking about college. So have you guys thought about
Yes.
that yet?
I've definitely thought about colleges. I actually, like a couple days ago, I came back from a 5 day trip to look at 3 colleges. I looked at SUNY Buffalo State, University at Buffalo, and SUNY Cortland. So looking at those colleges, and like I'm trying to like, if I don't like, I'm gonna like really have like a heart to heart with myself, like at some point in my like my senior year, because if I really want to play college sports or not, like if I really want to play like NCAA sports, like I could always go to college and play like club sports, but I'm really asking myself like, do you want to play an NCAA sport? Because like there's a lot that comes with it. There's like you have to stay on top of your workouts. You have to like stay on top of your school, like and those like the two biggest things, and then all while being away from the people you love most. Like if I do go to college, like I'm definitely going to college. I want to go upstate, and I want to dorm upstate. I want to go to like either a SUNY or a school like in New York State because I love New York State. It's like nice and like the outdoors and everything. And yeah, so like I'm really asking myself like, do you want to play an NCAA sport while like taking up all those like things that you have to like worry about while being away from like your family and everything.
All right, so continue off where you were. Like the last thing you said,
Um,
going upstate. You want to go upstate for college.
yeah, so like I want to go to college. It's just a matter of like, do I want to play NCAA sports and whatnot? And like I already know what I want to. I already like my mind is set on what I want to major in. I want to major in like the sports management field with like I want to go to Cortland. I want to major in like sports management and coaching because I really love coaching. Um, so yeah, that's what like my ideas for college are. You?
Um, so for the longest time, I never really had college as my in my head because my dad owns his own he owns his own glass business. So I mean I go to work with him. I already go to work with him. Like I know stuff about glass already. I know how to install it, stuff like that, take it out, stuff like that. But now I just now I'm like thinking about it more. And I always wanted to play college sports. That's always been like a top thing for me. But when he retires and gives me the business, like it's gonna be a whole different. It's not just gonna be like, oh, like I'm a coworker, like I'm like officially a businessman. So now I'm thinking of like go to college for business, learn as much stuff as possible, and become what I could be. But uh my bad, I lost track. I've been thinking of going to CSI because my sister goes to CSI right now, and their soccer teams, they're D2, and their soccer team's not bad. And I would actually be more than happy to play soccer for CSI and go to school there. It's in home in Staten Island, not too far away from my house. That's not bad.
Yeah, and then Ben Askren talked about it recently that you don't have to go D1, you don't have to go to like a big deal school and all that, put yourself
Yeah,
in a bunch of financial problems and stuff like that, or even regardless of money or anything, you could just go where you're going to be valued. Right? You can go D2 or D3, start the whole time and all that, and get recognition and stuff rather than being a bench warmer at D1 or whatever the
mhm.
case is. So yeah,
Yeah. I can never see myself. To be honest, I can never see myself wrestling in college. That's wrestling is a whole other technical sports.
It's a
It's
different
it's a
breed.
whole different thing,
yeah,
and
I know.
especially in college with grades, work.
Making you cut.
Yeah, that's
Like I think cutting is bad now. If I wrestled in college, it's a whole different ball game.
152 to 132. That's how it works. It's that's how it be.
Yeah.
I can't. That's too much for me.
Like there's this one kid I wrestled. His name's Richie Morales. I wrestled in my sophomore year. I lost to him in the finals at Springfield Gardens when I actually made weight. um, he wrestled 38 and he was cutting 238 from like 150 from like 145 150. He's now wrestling at Alfred State at 133. Like the cutting you do in college is so different.
I would say because I wrestled at like 133 in college, but I never had to cut from like 150 something or anything. I would always
Yeah.
make sure to walk around at like 140 at the most, usually 138.
Mhm.
The thing is that
Yeah.
the weigh-in rule is different, so it makes it seem harder. So like you have an
Yeah.
hour to weigh in, and once that hour is up, that's it.
Hmm.
So then you have to step on the scale, and if you don't make weight, if you're even like zero point 0.2 over or something, you're not gonna wrestle. Can't bump up
Yeah.
or anything. It's not like high school, so that's where it's like a little different.
Yeah.
By high school, you have the whole time to make weight, keep checking the scale over and over. Can't really do that in
Yeah.
college.
Yeah.
But
I
like
never
Rob,
really
you're
had
still kind of young though, right?
Yeah.
me.
He's a
Yeah,
sophomore.
I'm a sophomore in high school. Yeah,
Yeah, you got time to think about that.
yeah. I never really had to never really had to cut that much weight. I mean, I used to be a pretty big kid in middle school. I used to be walking around like 180. I was like 5'6", 180 pounds. So yeah, I was a pretty big kid. Um, but I honestly just naturally lost weight, and wrestling helped me lose like 20 pounds naturally.
It was all COVID weight.
Yeah, Kobe weight. And then like freshman year I wrestled 160, but I looked way different. Like I was like a stubby 160, like a small like little chubby freshman 160. And now I'm wrestling 52. Like I got taller, like I gained more muscle, like obviously like less fat, stuff like that. But yeah, like the biggest thing for me was just to improve. Because I found my freshman year embarrassing to me, really embarrassing. That's how bad it was for me. I was every single tournament, every single tournament I go to, I'd go 0 and 2. Every single tournament I went to, I'd go 0 and 2. So seeing the improvement that I got my sophomore year, is getting me ready for my junior senior year. I'm trying to get 100 wins, trying to place Mayor's Cup. Of course, my biggest thing I want to do right now is go back to cities and dominate. I want to go get that title that I lost this year. But yeah, I want to be borough champ too. I got second place in borough, second place in city. That hurts. That hurts a lot to see. I hate going in my room and seeing second place medals, the ones I really wanted. And I see second place medals on my wall. I hate it.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, that's good that you guys have that drive to keep improving, though. That's good.
Yeah.
So then, as far as all that goes, what is really the plan for next season?
So my
Like
plan for next
specifically.
season, it's year 4, so everything's put on the table. My plan is to not lose a single match until states and see how I do at states. I'm gonna win every tournament I go to, win every dual meet I wrestle in. Every kid that I lost to this past year, if I see them again, I'm not losing. And
Respect.
20, like right now I have 71 wins career. So obviously 100 wins is a goal of mine, and I want to do it in the quickest way possible, to where like I want like my senior night to be my 100th win.
I mean, it might line up that way, maybe.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Because our senior night is towards it's like one of our last home dual. It's like our last home dual meet before playoffs. So I'm hoping that I'm never gonna throw a match just so it can be that way. But I'm hoping something aligns to where my 29th win on the season, but my 100th win career is on senior night at home in front of the crowd. Because what we did with our gym, we made Coach Ola, he made it to where how there's a bunch of lights. He made it to where the middle 6 are only on, and
Spotlight.
it's only shining down on the mat, and it looks so cool. We had that for
Noodorp senior night.
Yes, for when we first Noodorp on our senior night, and it just brought a whole new atmosphere, because it's everything's dark and the spotlight's on you, and it's only you out there. So
that's when we get the biggest crowd too.
Yeah, and it's everybody's cheering for everybody. It's crazy.
The energy's insane in there.
Yeah. Both benches were screaming. Your parents are screaming for you. Your friends, I even had one of my former soccer coaches come out and watch me.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Wow.
you just came out. You supported everybody support everybody. It's like a whole vibe. It doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
I mean, all I know from as of right now is I'm gonna bump up a weight class. I'm gonna go 160 next year. Lorenzo actually, he's also planning on cutting to 160. And what we were talking about it. What we're probably gonna do is for dual meets, he'd probably bump up to 170. We'd both wrestle 160 for tournaments and stuff like that. But my biggest goal, like I said, is cities and boroughs. I just want that first place, and I'm making it. I'm guaranteeing the biggest thing I want is to graduate as a senior with 4 championship rings. I already have 2, and now I just need 2 more. And I see myself doing that. I see next year's team doing that. Next year, my opinion, our team's gonna be the best team out of my all 4 years.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a really strong, positive team, in my opinion.
I need my 3P.
Yeah, I need my 4. But yeah, as soon as soccer ends, literally our last game of soccer, straight back to the room, just keep working it.
Yeah.
Sounds like it might be you versus Lorenzo for the city title.
Honestly, if that happens,
Would you bump if he goes 160?
If he goes 160,
would you bump up to 70?
Yeah, I'd bump up to 170. Lorenzo's my boy. He's my partner when it comes to wrestling. He always beats me at practice. There's never really been a time where I've actually beat him like that.
But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, because do you remember Chris Trombetta? Like he was a senior. He was a senior my 2 years ago. He was our only senior. He's captain. He wrestled 138. Really long kid, long hair, long like slick back hair.
2 years ago.
Yeah, my freshman year.
Oh yeah. I saw my Mayor's Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was my partner my freshman year, and he constantly beat me up all freshman year to where like they would like I would have like blood in my mouth, like I would have like I'd be like he would literally beat me up. There's no other way to put it, and like I'm forever grateful for that because it's the only reason I got better because like I learned how to work through move through he had a very wide arsenal. So he's always hitting moves. He's always hitting like certain like different moves. So like I like now I know how to work. Like it made my IQ so much higher because now I know how to work through so much more moves because he put the works on me. He fireman, sweep singles, throws. He did all of that. So yeah, it's a good thing to get beat up sometimes because like then the student becomes a master and then you harp on other kids and then it's just like a cycle.
Like Lorenzo's a great wrestler, and like he taught me so much. Like just because of him, I learned so much more on top. I used to be terrible on top. Now I'm like going for it. Now I'm trying my best to go for tilts, and now I just work on top. Now I stay heavy on top, all because of him. He's way like he looks big, but he looks like he's way stronger than he looks. Believe it or not. Well, what he
Wait, what?
squats, what he squat.
Wait, he looks
Lorenzo,
big, but he's stronger than he looks.
yes, he's way stronger than he looks.
That kind of don't make no sense.
Yeah,
Like
you said he looks big. I think you meant to say he looks small, but he's stronger than you.
yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Like he squats what?
I think he squats like 4 plates,
Yeah.
4 or 5 plates.
Like all the time I go into like a double leg, all he does is just put his hips back and I can't finish it. I can never score a double leg on Lorenzo.
Yeah, like I rode around with Lorenzo before he got big at a wrestling camp like 3 years ago, and
Really?
yeah, and he actually is like pretty strong. Like when we were doing situational live, he was actually like holding me down a little bit, holding me back a little bit. He actually cradled me one time. They had us both start in a cradle on each side, and he
Yeah.
Of course he's got a cradle. He learns from cradle kid.
Yeah.
That
oh
kid
my
hits cradles anywhere.
Like
Michael, he hits cradles from anywhere.
but Mikey's pretty strong too, because we were
Yeah,
drilling at a camp. I was one of his like group leaders, and it's a camp Beat the Streets does every year, and he was actually able to pick me up and like
yeah.
double leg me, and I'm like, you're only like 10. How you doing?
His freshman year will be like my first year gone from Petriti, so like it's gonna be fun to come back and watch him wrestle.
Yeah. Speaking of
See
which,
how he does.
Speaking of which though, he said that Ola's starting a middle school program next season.
Yes, so it's like yes, it is Coach Ola, but also it's our new assistant coach, Coach Wilson Morales.
Yep.
He used to wrestle for Petrides, and
Yeah.
like
His
Ola
brother
have
went to
been
Tottenville.
yes, they've been working like very hard together to get this middle school program up. And like that also like opens up new minds because like now we could start like coaching. Like once high school wrestling is over, like we can come Patrides is always a place that you can come back to.
Yeah.
Like so like I'm thinking like come back a couple times, like coach a little bit here, coach a little bit there, like see how everybody's doing. So like there's always another spot for you to fill if you attend Patrides. That's what I like about it, is that the amount of people that come back.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like our head
that's really
soccer
good.
coach, our head soccer coach, for example, he he graduated from Patrides. He played soccer for Patrides, graduated, and then came back after getting his degree. Like a lot of coaches at Patrides, like younger coaches, they went to Patrides, graduated, and then came back. And that's what makes the culture so much more pure because you're getting coached by athletes that were in the same shoes as you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that helps teams get better a lot too, because Eagle
a
does the
lot
same
better.
thing.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
And so one more funny story from you actually. Lorenzo interviewed you after
Wagner.
after the
After the
Wagner
Wagner
duel,
fight.
and you had to cut a bunch of weight. And I know how it feels like after a wrestling match, even after like when you watch a UFC, like the guys aren't always very oriented after because they're not
Yeah.
focused on trying to answer a bunch of questions. So the way you were talking sounded really funny.
Yeah. You want to hear that story about the weight I had to cut?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me hear
All
the full
right.
story.
Yeah. So basically, it was. So I was not very smart about this doing meat. I decided to overfeed myself, overserve myself, and I was overweight by like I think a pound and a half, 2 pounds. Um, and I had to cut like those pounds, that weight by the dual meet, and it was after school. Like I was 4 pounds over in the morning, and then I managed to shed off 2 pounds throughout school. Um, and then I was on the bike for like I was on the bike, I was on the elliptical for like an hour combined. I ended up losing like a pound point two, and I was only like 0.8 over. So I ran from Patrides all the way to Wagner
In the rain.
in the rain in
Yeah.
a bunch of layers. And like it's actually funny because like
He came just in time for Wagner.
yeah, I
Just in
literally
time.
got there like with 5 minutes left of weighing before the dual meet. And it's pretty funny because I've had a girlfriend for like over a year now, and she lives right near Patrides. So as she was coming home this way in her car, I was running this way to Wagner. And like after she texted me, she was like, "Were you just running?" And I was like, "Yeah, to cut weight for a dual meet." And she was like, "You're crazy."
That day was one like yeah. Of course it sucked for Jason, but I remember everyone's before doing me. Everyone's getting hyped in the wrestling room. Doing our whole thing. We were playing handball with like a dodgeball. We're playing basketball in the wrestling room. Everything. And I always look over. We just see Jason with the layers on his bike, running around, looking like he doesn't want a beer anymore.
Yeah.
I've never seen Jason that gas. He looked dead.
But like thank God like my brain like gave me the will like the fighting power to go through that because I ended up like Techfall the kid 15-0 right after that. And like yeah, it was just a fun time, fun day, you know.
But that
Wonder
interview.
one yeah,
Oh, well,
definitely one to
continue.
remember. It was definitely I'm just saying it was definitely one to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of know I kind of gotten to know Staten Island pretty well over like the last 5 years. So I know that Wagner and Patrides aren't necessarily close to each other.
Yeah.
So that's
They're
crazy.
not. It is crazy. They're not close, but also they're not far. Like once you reach like a certain gas station, like you just know like they're there.
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember in high school, I just started doing it like maybe junior year, senior year, maybe. I would, cause I don't know how well you know Manhattan, but my high school was on 66th Street, Upper West
Okay.
Side, and that's not too far away from like Times Square and stuff. Cause there's times I would walk from there to Trump Towers, 42nd and all that and back like in
Yeah.
no time. So
Yeah.
before every dual meet, I would leave school because there's a big gap of time at my school. I don't know how it is with you guys, but there was always a big gap of time before anything.
Hmm.
So I would run all the way to 42nd Street, right in the middle of Times Square and all that, and then I would just take the train back. So the first day I did that, I was at 42nd, and my coach texted me. He's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm at Times Square. I'll be back." I ran over there, so I would take the train back, and I just kept doing that like over and over. So I would never like miss weight or anything.
Yeah.
But then that interview afterwards, though, like, cause you're already gassed from doing all that, and then
Hmm.
then you wrestle, and then he's trying to make you talk.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you said at the
It
end
was,
just had me dying. You
it
remember
was,
what
it
you
was
said?
pretty funny. What?
You remember what you said at the end?
I actually don't remember what I said.
You said you'd use your strengths to your abilities. That made
Yeah,
no sense.
because I had no strength.
It's crazy. Dang.
Yeah.
That's like people getting interviewed after they get knocked out. It's like,
Yeah. Thank God I won that match. If I lost,
you had an
it would
excuse
have
if you
been.
lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good that you won. Yeah.
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 All right. So for the off season, like I'm planning on like just playing soccer, wrestling, like just having fun with everything. Like really finding like instead of like practicing, like I'm obviously gonna practice to work hard, but like I'm gonna practice also to have fun and like enjoy it. And then also like I'm planning to like lift more, get stronger, and yeah, just like look and feel good.
Yeah.
You?
As soon as I get off my as soon as I take my boot off and I'm fine, I start moving again. You know, same exact thing. But mostly we're focused on soccer. Like as of right now, I'm going to my junior year and we haven't seen the playoffs in soccer yet. And having losing records, and I'm trying for that to change. Um, it's really weird. It's especially it's I don't know. It's really weird because one of my sports, I'm like, we're not doing that great in. You know, we have a losing record, not making playoffs. But then in another sport, I'm winning the city championships. Like, and I'm better than I am soccer than I am at wrestling. So I really want to just like lock in for soccer, make sure my teammates are all ready for everything. You know,
Well, taking into account one's a team sport, one's individual, so
yeah.
you can only
Yeah.
do so much.
I mean, of course, I'm gonna still wrestle all season. I'm gonna go at least. I'm gonna try to at least go to 2 practices a week for wrestling. That's my goal.
That's good. That's good. So,
Yeah.
best of luck to you guys this season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you in your recovery.
Thank you.
Be careful in gym class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
Jason, don't eat anything spicy.
I won't. Maybe. I don't know. Have a good one.
You too.